Okay, welcome back to Wages and Employment at Wilfrid Laurier University. Today we're going to use our basic model of labor supply to show how we build an individual's labor supply curve. For reference, you should pair this video with readings in Chapter 2 of your textbook. Okay, so once again, we're going to start here with our constrained utility maximization problem. The person is offered a wage rate W0 in the market and has non-labor income YN0. Here we see the wage offered in the market is less than their reservation wage, so they are not participating and they work 0 hours with the total amount of leisure time being equal to their time endowment there at T, and they are sitting at point A. Now let's think about what happens when we raise wages. When we raise wages to W1, this is a steeper potential income constraints here that we see, the person enters the labor market and takes L1 hours of leisure and H1 hours of work. Remember, this is really just a substitution effect. Since the person wasn't deriving any earnings from the labor market before, there really isn't the usual income effect here. Now, let wages rise a bit further to W2, and we see this person takes less leisure and works a bit more. There were both substitution and income effects in play here, but the substitution effect dominated. We let wages rise even more to W3. Now we see the person works less and takes more leisure time. Why would this happen? I think when I was much younger and higher wages meant I could buy better craft dinner and something other than craft dinner, I was willing to work more when I was offered a better wage. But now I'm a full professor, I'm already paid quite well, and that higher wage per hour is being used to buy better vacation time, perhaps some better beer too. And that requires more leisure time. I don't need any more KD. So my income effect now dominates any substitution effects of a wage increase. So now we can think about taking each of those wage changes and map the resulting hours decision into a new two-dimensional space. Here on the right, we have a second figure with a wage on the vertical axis and hours on the horizontal axis. And as a first point, we show that when the wage is W0, the person works 0 hours. With a higher wage rate, W1, we have a point here with positive hours. And even higher, the wage rate W2, we see more hours worked here at H2. And then with W3, we saw this person actually reduce their hours worked. So then we have this point here with H3 hours of work. Now, to get the labor supply curve for this individual, we just need to connect the 4 dots, and we call this curve the labor supply schedule or labor supply function for this individual. And just to keep in mind, you can imagine doing this for every single individual in the population, and it would be unique for each and every person, reflecting their preferences over consumption and leisure. So now in our next video, we'll take a look at how we measure the elasticity of labor supply and what individuals do on average in response to the wage rate to get a sense of what the labor supply schedule actually looks like.